15 seconds. Okay. Alrighty. Welcome and good evening to our regular school board meeting. Today is Tuesday, June 2024. Starting at 5:31. June 11th. What did I say, 24?
24.
Oh, yeah, I was jumping to the date already, sorry. Tuesday, June 11th, 2024, and we started at 5:31. We're gonna start with the roll call. Dr. Emerson, would you start us off, please?
Bryce Anderson.
Mike Mangan.
Chuck Weiss.
Sandra Kidman.
Desiree Ballard.
Bunny Cochran. Barb Shields.
All right, we're all here. Thanks for everybody for being here. Our second item is the Pledge of Allegiance. So we'll have to ask Mr. Alex Moore to lead us in that.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Next item is item C, is a moment of silent meditation. If you could join me in that, please. Okay, thank you. Brings us to item D, which is the approval of the agenda. That's an action item. I need a motion and a second, please.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda, but would like to, like to remove item R until, from the consent
For consideration.
for consideration of July.
Okay, can you tell us which one item R is?
Approval of student handbooks.
Okay, so move that to July. Okay. Okay, so the motion's on the table. Do I have a second?
I second.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
None unanimous. Oops, sorry.
Oh, I had a comment.
What do
I'm
you want to
sorry.
say? Go
I
ahead.
was just asking why we were moving it to July. Or it's a question for him, right? He's removing it.
Yeah, basically move so we can have more deliberation on the handbooks of all the
handbooks?
changes for the student
Okay.
handbooks.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
And if I could
Yeah.
further elaborate, President Kidman, Ms. Fowler, the handbooks that are attached include Desert View and the high school. I want to make sure that we get all of the handbooks from the schools. Our principals are out at training this week, so we haven't been able to get them up and attached. And I'd like to have those attached before the board takes action on them.
Sounds good. Alrighty. We did vote. Everybody, okay, we're good then? Okay, then we go to announcements and comments. Public complaint concerning facility services personnel and instructions are not heard by the board until the district's due process procedures are followed. Forms for filing complaints are available at the superintendent's office. To address the board, please fill out a blue card and give to the board secretary or the superintendent. The board reserves the right to limit public comment due to time restraints, and each comment is 3 minutes. I have one blue card today, Mr. Moore, please.
Good evening. Good evening, members of the board. I'm just coming up to thank the school district, the board, and specifically a few people in our district that worked to help make the academy come up. The last time they were up here was summer 2019, right before COVID, and they had to have a long tradition of coming up and perform for our community and presenting programs for us. So I'd like to thank school board, the governing board, Megan Moore, the athletic director, for working through that, Georgie Malboy for being on call and helping out with a lot of facilities things. And just thank the school board and district for helping get them back up. There's performance on Sunday night at 8 o'clock over at the football field. The public and the governing board is more than welcome to attend. It is free, and you'll get to see a portion of their show. They've been working really hard the last few days. So I think you'll enjoy it. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, that brings us to item 3, special business. Item 3A is recognition and approval of donations made to the district. This is an action item. Need a motion and a second, please.
I make a motion to approve the 3 donations that have been made to Page Unified School District.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, I'm sorry, I failed to mention them. We received $3,000 from Craig Simmons to culinary, $250 from Big Ass Equipment Rentals, and $565 from Now and Then Thrift, also to culinary. Really grateful for all the donations that we received. So, are we ready to vote? To accept? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you very much. That brings us to governing board reports. Mike, do you have something that you'd like to report?
I don't have anything at this time.
Okay, Chuck?
I just wanted to mention that I had the opportunity to go to Flagstaff and attend the conference up there. It was awesome as usual. Learned a lot. That's all. That's it.
Okay, very good. I also was there, saw you there. It's good to get training. I went to my usual training, my open meeting law training, learned a few new things, so that was very good. So, but I was pleased to find out that our board was compliant even with the new changes, so very good. All right, Desiree?
I had the opportunity to attend the Page High School graduation, phenomenal experience, and also appreciate that the Navajo Nation president was present when the championship parade took place, and also he acknowledged and signed the executive order at Page High School gymnasium. That was pretty awesome. And then also mentioning that it's a graduation, I think it's really awesome that our school highlights the graduation promotion, preschool and high school. I just like to see some information about the highlights from the 8th grade celebration. I think that's very important. And then also congratulating the students that graduated as well from Mansa Mesa High School and also, SSHS? Sage and Sands, yes. Also, I attended the Summer Leadership Institute. That was pretty awesome. The pre-conference was very beneficial as well, I believe, for folks that attended the Impact Aid. I think that's very important for all board members. And also the information, just well put together agenda, so it was awesome.
Thank you.
Well, Desiree reminded me of the Mansa Mesa graduation. I really enjoyed that. I was particularly taken with the video that was presented that featured 3 very successful young people. Well, 2 were very young and 1 was not so young, but successful Native people in their chosen vocations, giving encouragement and such. And then what was a total wonderful surprise afterwards, those people were actually there. And they personally encouraged the kids to continue on exploring their dreams and achieving. So that was a very nice experience. Thank you.
Can I just add on to what you had to say? I know that having a personal conversation with Kwana and Chasing Horse, I didn't get to know her until after we were having a thorough conversation. It was like a couple of years back. But understanding education is very important because she she shared her own personal educational journey, but I thought that was really neat for her to express that.
All right, great, thank you. Okay, that brings us to item 4B, superintendent's report.
I don't mean to do this on repeat, but Ms. Fowler really is in my head. I want to extend my deepest congratulations to our 2024 graduates. Page High School, Sage and Sand Virtual Academy, as well as Manson Mesa High School. I had an opportunity to attend all three. And it was just wonderful to see the students and the accomplishment of receiving that diploma. I'd also like to extend gratitude to our staff for another fantastic year. They worked very, very hard, and my challenge to them as we come out of the gate this next year is how do we look to outdo what we did this year? Had the opportunity to attend the first Parade of Champions, which was a phenomenal experience. It was so nice to see our students out there. And what I'd like to see us do some more of is look at that Parade of Champions, also including more of our academic achievements as well. Preschool celebration took place. Our teacher housing, the district closed on May 31st on that, and we are moving forward on working to get that or make that available to incoming or teachers who are in need of housing. One of the things that are coming up in the near future, I had an opportunity to learn about a Women in Leadership conference that will be taking place here in Page. And our Navajo Language and Unity Club will be working to sponsor that, a great opportunity for our young women in the community and outlying areas. That's all I have to report.
All right, thank you very much.
You can go ahead. I just can't see my screen.
Okay. All right. Okay. That brings us to item 5, unfinished business. We do not have any unfinished business, which brings us then, excuse me, to item 6, governing board consent agenda. Mike, can I have you read that?
Yep. Copy of the consent agenda is available at the district office. All items listed will be considered as a unit by the governing board and will be approved with one motion. There will not be a separate discussion of these items unless a board member requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered as a separate item.
Okay, it's quite the long consent agenda this time, many things, but they're all routine items in preparation to start our, to get ready for our next school year. So it's an action item, so I need a motion and a second.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I second.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, unanimous, thank you. Okay. That brings us to item 7, which is a calendar of events. Hold on a second. Okay, looks like we might have a work study session on the 25th. Would you like to comment on that?
President Kidman, members of the governing board, we have been in the process of developing the agenda and want to respect the governing board's time as well as our public. We will certainly have a work study session if it merits it. If we can hold off until August, we will be in communication within the next week related to our work study session.
All right, so there's a possibility of that being canceled, then again, we might still have it on June 25th. Okay.
June 25th is when the county superintendent's going to be here as well too, right?
Yep. Yeah. So any of you who are wanting to run again for this year, to make an appointment with the county, then they'll file all the petition papers and that saves you a trip to Flagstaff. So, okay. All right, and then the next big item would be our next meeting. Our next regular board meeting will be July 9th. There will be no work study session in July. We typically don't have one in July. So, all right, those are the 2 big things to look forward to, which brings us to our next item, item 8, additional agenda items. We're gonna start with the first read of a policy advisory, mostly about technology resources in instruction. Dr. Anderson, would you like to comment on that?
President Kidman, members of the governing board, this is a policy advisory from the Arizona School Boards Association looking at really the appropriate use of electronic information services. The first part of this policy has been amended to reflect current technology. For example, it includes cloud-based systems and removes tapes, compact discs, CDs, and floppy disks from the language of the policy. In addition, generative artificial intelligence programs are included as they become more and more prevalent in our world around us.
Alrighty, any comments or questions? Okay, this is the first read only, so I'll come back for our next regular meeting for approval. Okay, all right. Okay, that brings us to item B, approval of the proposed budget for 2024-25. That's an action item, so I need a motion and a second, please.
I'll make a motion to approve the proposed budget for 24-25.
Thank you. Do I have a second? Okay, thank you, Dr. Anderson.
President Kidman, members of the governing board, this is a Arizona revised statutory requirement to have the proposed budget approved. We still do not have solid numbers and will not have solid numbers until a state budget is finalized. However, we have an obligation to our public to put the proposed budget up on our website so that the formalized budget can be a part of a hearing at our July meeting. And then again, will likely be amended in September.
All right, do you have any questions or comments? Anybody? No? Not at the moment? Okay, so you ready to vote then? Yes? Maybe, yes? Ready to vote? Is right? Yeah. Vote. Okay, I have a motion and a second. All in favor to approve the proposed budget for school year 24-25, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, unanimous, thank you. Currently, we don't have any future agenda items listed. Just as a reminder, if there's an item you want to discuss on our regular meeting or work study sessions, send email to Barb and Dr. Anderson, and we can get that on there. Just remember, give us 5 working days before it can be on any meeting. Alrighty, that brings us to item 10. Gonna go vote to go whether or not to go into executive session regarding personnel. It's our quarterly discussion with the superintendent concerning progress towards goals. So it's an action item, so I need a motion and a second.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, thank you.
I second.
Okay, all in favor to go into executive session, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, unanimous. Okay, we're entering executive session at 5:48. And we will come out, and we'll ask the public to wait outside. You're welcome to stay, and we'll announce when we're done. Thank you.